Dynamic Prep is coached by Chipotle Nationals.
You're watching the Chipotle High School Basketball Nationals on League Ready. We're here at Hamilton Southeastern High School in Fishers, Indiana, just south of Indianapolis, where the best of the best in high school hoops are here to vie for the best thing of all, a national championship. And welcome in to our booth, Sam Brief, alongside the great Rayfel Davis, who played in this event just a couple of years ago against one of the teams we're going to see tonight.
Yeah, a couple years ago, or 13 years ago, back in 2012, when my freshly new Latimer squad played in the national championship tournament. We lost to this Montverde Eagles team. I still have nightmares about it. But a big-time event, a big-time city, big-time players should make for an awesome week of hoops.
Well, the winner of this thing wins a national championship. So, of course, what's at stake is big. And first, we get the opening round. 10-seed Dynamic Prep, 7-seed Montverde. I know you're watching the battle in the paint. Chris Newilly and Trent Sisley.
Yeah, you look at Chris Newilly, headed to Rutgers to play for Coach Pico next season. A 6'6" power forward that can do it all on the floor. He can get downhill with the best of them, finish at the rim, get into his mid-range game, knock down open threes. A really pesky, hard-nosed defender. But on the flip side, you got the hometown kid, Trent Sisley from Santa Claus, Indiana, headed to play for the Hoosiers next season. And Coach Darren DeVries, who's sitting courtside right now to watch him. 6'8", can do it all on the floor, great on the offensive glass, can knock down shots. He's going to have to be big inside if Montverde wants to take this first-round win.
And Montverde is one of the best rebounding teams in the nation. They actually led the EYBL in rebounding, powered by Sisley, by Ingram, by Hudson Greer. There are some potential future stars on both of these rosters. Now, they did play earlier in the season, met in October in the preseason. 68-64 win for Montverde. Hudson Greer scored 24, but that was a Dynamic Prep team without 12 in black. Chris Newilly, who wins the tip, and we're underway. The winner takes on the 2-seed Link Academy. Dynamic in the dark gray, Montverde in the light gray. And here's the starting lineup for the 18-year NBA vet head coach Jermaine O'Neal, and Jaden Toombs with the early bucket.
Finding ways to finish inside early on in this game is going to be important for both squads. But which team can keep the basketball out of the lane and basketball in front? I think that's what's going to win out in the end.
Hudson Greer with a triple off the front end and rebounded by Toombs. Dynamic Prep in the regular season, 31-4. They're on a 10-game win streak as that goes out of bounds, but a foul called. And it's against Montverde, C.J. Ingram.
The question for Montverde in this game is going to be who can stop Toombs. Toombs, when you look at him, 6'9", 240, 7'3" wingspan, can score it over both shoulders. You look inside for Montverde, you look at C.J. Ingram, you look at Trent Sisley, a little light in the pants down low. So if I'm Dynamic Prep, I'm throwing that thing inside every single time. I'm driving it or I'm posting it.
Yeah, no reason not to. Toombs, who's bound for SMU, is one of the best big men in the nation.
I mean, just think if you're a big man and you're 17, 18 years old, you get to go play for Jermaine O'Neal. That's just big time.
Right? It's like a dream come true. Jermaine, 18 years in the league. He was the 18th overall pick in '96 out of high school. And now coaching the next generation.
Man, that '96 draft class, man, that is impressive.
Loaded. He fell to 18 as Montverde keeps it here.
On that possession, though, Trent Sisley's got to be a player. He can't just be a passer. You can't telegraph that pass. You can't put it over your head and show the defense where you're throwing it. He's got a triple threat rip, look to play, and then look to pass.
Tyndale throwing it in. Here's your guy Sisley up top, native of Santa Claus, Indiana. Now Allen blocked. Jacoby Coleman with the rejection. Here comes Dynamic, and it's O'Neal Jr. working on Greer. The drive, the finish with a foul. Jermaine O'Neal Jr. showing his dad what he can do.
Jermaine O'Neal Jr. starting off this game in a flurry, just finding ways to get downhill. Pretty under the rim finish, going away from the defense, but also finishing through contact. O'Neal at the free throw line to make it a three-point play.
He'll play at SMU next year, along with Toombs. He got a whistle, looks like a lane violation. It's called against C.J. Ingram. So O'Neal gets another shot. and a 6-0 start for Dynamic Prep. Their last loss was January 24th against IMG. Now we're talking to you on the second day of April.
That's a lot of winning.
Montverde on the flip side, 19 wins, 7 losses this year. And here's Greer, short on a 3, 0 for 2 to start, but gets his own board. Now Ingram tries, and he misses the 3.
Good pass.
Sisley, Allen, short. And there's a lid on the hoop for Montverde. Eagles will keep it.
Dynamic Prep living dangerously right now. They got to hit when that shot goes up and box out and go get the rebound off the glass. You can't give a team with Montverde's caliber that many cracks at it. They're going to get you one time.
0 for 5 so far, 0 for 3 from downtown. Montverde struggling to score as Tyndale, looking over O'Neal, has it to Allen up top. Eagles looking to defend a championship. 33-0 team. They won this event last year. Greer blocked.
Good D.
Here's Nowilli. The Rutgers bound forward, steaming in, and it's an offensive foul. Tyndale draws the charge.
It's a really good job by Tyndale. Young fella getting in the mix. I mean, you see Nowilli coming downhill with a full head of steam. And Tyndale, smallest guy on the floor, stepping in, giving up his body. Young fella showing why coaches insert him in his starting lineup, getting his team an extra possession, stopping the basket.
He's a 5'8" sophomore. He's my size.
Hard as tough as nails. My father would always say, it ain't about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the size of the fight in the dog.
Yeah, there's a lot of fight in number 1. He's got it. Now off to Greer.
Good D.
And that pass picked. Here comes Leroy Kelly to the can. What a start for Dynamic.
Really good defense. Out of position a little bit, but you get your hands up. Active hands, cause that deflection, and then Dynamic Prep out and running. Montverde, a little shaky early.
Yeah, do they look a little tight so far?
Yes, they do. The ball is not even getting inside the lane. There you go. You got to drive it.
And it's Tyndale with a miss. Greer with cleanup. It's their first bucket.
The one thing I will say Montverde has came out and doing this first quarter is attack the offensive glass. When that shot goes up, you see 3-4 bodies crashing to try and fight for offensive rebound.
And then they pick it. C.J. Ingram, first team all defense in the EYBL. Out to Tyndale. Let's see if the Eagles have an early run in them. Nice move for Sisley, up and under. Sort of an awkward pass out to Ingram, wrestles it free. Allen out to Sisley, 4-3, and it rattled out. Rebound chased down in the corner, they get another chance. Boy, the fight on the glass for Montverde, something else. Sisley, Ingram, a 3-ball, not there. Tyndale gets another one. This is the 4th chance of the possession for Montverde. Allen, strong from 3. They are 0 of 6. And now timeout called. Jermaine O'Neal, Dynamic Prep's head coach, is irate. An offensive rebounding clinic for Montverde. Eagles can't score, though, and Dynamic up early.
New Chipotle Honey
Wow,
Chicken
man.
brings a hint of pure honey
rebounding.
and seared smoked peppers with fresh chicken hot off the grill. For Chipotle heat with a touch of sweet and a perfectly balanced sauce. Chipotle Honey Chicken takes heat and sweet to a whole new level.
Elite high school hoops all season long. Streaming from the top tournaments and showcases across the country.
Who kicks it out, Fowler, three-pointer, count it at the buzzer. We are live from Hofstra University.
The 5-for-5 Hoop Fest on League Ready.
With 3 minutes remaining, Harper gets the steal. Harper goes by James and jams it.
Cross-court pass. Here's Rob Wright. 2-on-1 for the slam.
Catch it all live on League Ready YouTube.
You make the stuff fresh every morning?
Yes, every single day we prep everything in our store. Onions, jalapenos, cilantro.
Wow. Looks pretty fresh to me.
Fresh ingredients every day.
Delicious.
Dynamic Prep, one of the newest teams in the country. This program started 3 years ago. Jermaine O'Neal, the guy who started it, 18-year NBA vet, the guy who's leading it as head coach in Rayfell, he was irate coming into that timeout after watching 4 offensive rebounds for Montverde on 1 possession.
I would be irate as well, sitting here watching it. I mean, you saying it to yourself. Hit somebody, go rebound. You look at the score, it's 8-2 now. It could be 18-2 at this point if Dynamic Prep would just get in there and grab a rebound. You look at Montverde, 5 rebounds for the game, all 5 on the offensive end. Dynamic Prep's got to be more physical and embrace the physicality of the game.
And for Montverde, yes, they're dominating the glass, but they are shooting only 1 of 10 from the floor and 0 of 6 from downtown.
Way too many jumpers.
Nwili with the kick out. O'Neal, a 3-point attempt. It wasn't even close. Now Tahani Miller off to Allen, up and under, and he left it short. They're 1 of 11 from the floor. Now Nwili flying in. Great D for Ingram. Follows his shot for 2.
It's a tough follow from Chris Nwili. That ball goes up. He doesn't give up on it. Second jet, the second leaper always gets that off the glass. Young fella knowing exactly what to do with it, getting it put back.
Now Coach O'Neal's got to like seeing an offensive board. Finally, Ingram from 5 feet out, and the lid stays on that basket. Kelly down to Toombs. Looking to body up Sisley, and the hook shot falls. 10-point lead.
Nice simple move for big fella in the post. If they're going to play Toombs one-on-one down there on that block, there is no one on this floor that can stop big fella from getting to whatever shot he wants. That's exactly what Toombs has got to do all game long. Eat, big fella, eat down low.
Oh, he'll eat. 7'3" wingspan, 9-foot standing reach, and still no 3-pointers for Montverde. That miss from Allen. Now O'Neal, a little short. Rebound, tips out, and Tyndale snags it, and then fouled by Nwili. Right in front of the scorer's table. The Montverde Eagles, 1 of 13 from the floor, 0 of 7 from 3-point land.
There's a lot of standing around, a lot of passing around the perimeter. Guys aren't cutting to the basket. Guys aren't driving it, trying to attract 2 and have those kickouts. Montverde's got to do a better job offensively getting the basketball into the lane and putting pressure on the backside defense.
It's really shocking to see. They shot at 35% from 3 in the EYBL. That was 3rd best in the conference. The best conference in America, but that hasn't traveled.
It's all about how you get those threes. Are you getting them on post-ups? Are you getting them on drives? Right now, it's just a lot of east to west perimeter passing, and it's one-catch shot. It's quick shots. It's contested shots. They've got to find a way to get easier cracks at it and easier looks at the rim.
Montverde almost all season has operated without a true point guard.
Yep.
We've seen Dante Allen, the Villanova-bound guard, step into that role, but not really his natural position.
Good point.
Now Greer for 3, and they stay cold.
I mean, you guard it. Greer is guarded heavily, and you still shoot it. You got to work it a little bit. We always talk about competing defensively, but Montverde's got to start competing offensively.
Down 10 early in the opening round. A 3 for Toombs is short. And here come the Eagles. Where's the offense going to come from? Tahani Miller with the baseline drive. Up and under, got it over Spears.
Miller with the tough baseline drive, just getting to his spot and not settling and not giving up through that physicality and going to finish at the rim.
A 3 for Faison, in and out. The rebound chased down, finally seeing that as Greer picks it. Into the corner, Miller rattles out a 3. Still nothing. Now Ingram bullies his way in, blocked. Coleman with the rejection, and then he rips it loose.
Really good fight from Coleman.
Here goes Faison just inside the line. And rebound tips out of bounds. It'll stay here with Dynamic. And a couple of subs now. Well, back on the other end, you talk about defensive effort. Here it is for Dynamic. Coleman ripping it.
Coleman just staying with the play, getting the block, but also getting his hands in there and ripping that away, getting Dynamic Prep out in transition. Good rebound from Greer. That's a grown man rebound.
Talk about a rip away. Now Allen with the left hand. Just out. Rebound Weems, and he's blocked. Boy, it's incredible how many of these Montverde shots swirl halfway down, hang on the rim and fall out.
But they got to keep doing that. Right there, Dante Allen saw a seam and attacked it, got right downhill to the basket. And when you draw that secondary defender that comes in over to try to block that shot, that's when your big man can get on the glass. That's when Montverde can do some damage with some putbacks. So they've got to continue to drive the basketball 3 possessions in a row where they've decided to drive it downhill, and 3 times, 3 good things have happened for them.
And the shooting woes continuing at the line as Weems splits them. Montverde 2 of 18 from the floor, 0 of 9 from 3, and now 1 of 2 from the stripe. Leroy Kelly the fourth working on Greer.
Good D.
Lost his dribble. Spears chases it down. Greer rips it away.
Good D.
Now Miller off to Ingram, and he's stripped. Weems for cleanup. Gets fouled right back to the line.
But you see it, Montverde just playing a little bit harder. Great defense by Miller, forcing a turnover, staying with it, getting on the floor from Greer, finding a way to get it out in transition and go. And C.J. Ingram with the great decision to drive that basketball. Although he gets it stripped, you're right there for the cleanup, and now you're at the free throw line with a chance to make this a 2-possession game. This is the Montverde team that we've been used to all season long, playing hard, toughness, being physical, and getting out and running.
If you're Coach Joe Katuka, you have to be thrilled that with those abysmal shooting numbers, you're only down 6.
Crazy, right? Because they're playing hard. They're rebounding the ball at a high level. They're stealing possessions. Guys are locked in, and this is when the game starts.
Spears double team for a moment. Now down to a cutting Hampton, and Weems pokes it free. Dante Allen off to Tahani Miller. Lost it. Got it from his behind, and Ingram makes it a 4-point game. So this Montverde team with apocalyptic shooting numbers is down just 4. 5 seconds left in the first. Here goes Kelly, double teamed. And a whistle right in front of the buzzer will send us out of the first quarter. How about the fight from Montverde in the opening round of the Chipotle Nationals, down just 4. And here's the last bucket that cut the lead to 4.
Montverde just started playing a little bit harder. You think it's a broken play? Miller has not give up on a play. C.J. Ingram with the beautiful finish. Miller came into this game, engraved great energy, got Montverde back into this game. We had a 2-possession game, down by 4, headed into the second quarter.
So Dynamic and Montverde here in the Chipotle Nationals, and we would like to remind you that Chipotle Nationals is delivered by Chipotle. Real ingredients, real flavor. Chipotle for real. Let's zoom out. Let's see what's going on here this week. Hamilton Southeastern High School in Indianapolis. So we're in the upper left. Montverde against Dynamic. Winner takes on 2-seeded Link tomorrow. And you need 4 wins to win the championship. That Link team is locked and loaded. Sinak, Jerry Easter and company.
Link Academy, one of the better schools in the country. Chris Sinak headed to play at Houston next season. The best center in high school basketball. Jerry Easter headed to play at USC. It's going to be a big-time matchup with whoever who wins this one against Link Academy tomorrow.
And overall, Dynamic is playing in this event for the first time ever. Montverde, well, they're used to this.
And it's a cool feeling when it's your first event ever. I can remember being at La Lumiere, and this is the first time our program had ever played in the national championship. And it's a lot of fun. So you see a team like Dynamic Prep, who worked, well, they did not get in last season, and they earned their way in this season, and now they're reaping the fruits of their labor.
Yeah, they really did earn their way in to the tune of 31 wins, 4 losses.
Big time.
10-game win streak that lasted all of March, all of February, and they'll see if they can push it into April now. Miller with the kick, out of bounds, it stays. On the flip side, Montverde, they could write the history of this event. They've been in 14 of the 16 national championships, and they've won 3 of the last 4, including last year, team led by Cooper Flagg, Derek Queen, and company.
That team was so crazy good.
Unbelievable.
Good
and
team.
Ingram has it blocked. scooped up. Here comes Coleman. Off to O'Neal. Spears with the left hand. And he balloons the lead out to 6.
Marcus Spears Jr., one of the better players in the 2027 class. You can see it oozing with talent, oozing with length and athleticism. Nice little soft teardrop as Dynamic Prep gets back in transition with a beautiful move.
And
out
Coleman,
on the break.
little Euro step for Jacoby Coleman. Now it's Greer rattling in a 3.
It's one of those shots when you shoot it, you know you better make it.
So he was 0 for his first 3, hits that one, and then O'Neal with a miss. Rebound to Ingram.
Good D by Coleman.
And then it's ripped right back. Coleman's done this a couple of times. Toombs misses a bunny. Coleman the board. No. And then Toombs tips it. There's that 7'3" wingspan.
Yes, it is. On full display. It's tapping it in for the extra 2.
4-star center bound for SMU. As the whistle blows down low. Just look at this extension from Jaden Toombs. He's also got a 9-foot standing reach on full display here.
Misses the first one. Coleman comes down with it. Toombs just staying with it. Just a nice little reach, a nice little tap. Getting it over the defense. Getting Dynamic Prep back up 7.
I'm bigger, I'm stronger, I'm better than you. That's the caption.
Sometimes you can't teach size.
Allen off the glass. Here come the Eagles.
Tough shot from Allen.
So a 5-point game in spite of a really tough shooting start for Montverde. Toombs working on Sisley.
Good D. Good defense from Trent Sisley.
Oh, Sisley's all over him, playing in his home state of Indiana. Now switches on to Coleman, who just throws it up and in.
That's tough. Between the legs, cross, getting downhill, shaking the defense, and a tough finish falling out of bounds from Coleman.
It just tossed the thing up and somehow rattles it on home.
Get it on the right spot of that glass, and it's going to go in every time.
Greer now. Allen with the tip. Ingram a very deep 3. Montverde now just 1 of 12, but there is number 12 for the tip.
Trent Sisley's a menace on that glass. When that shot goes up, Trent is crashing every single time.
Now Coleman plunging in, swatted away by Ingram. Boy, CJ Ingram is a game wrecker on defense.
Yes, he is. You can see the activity level for the Eagles. It's picked up here in this second quarter. Shots have gone down. They've scored a little bit. Now you see the energy. Now you see guys playing a little bit harder on the defensive end. But you can't trade baskets. You got to find a way to string together 3-4 stops in a row.
Montverde down 8-0 to start this game. They've cut the lead to 5. As Faison looking into the corner for Coleman. Down low, here's big old Jaden Toombs muscling in, and he's fouled by Weems.
Got away with a little chicken wing there.
The art of the chicken wing. It's part of being a big man, right?
See Toombs catch this basketball down low inside, and he gets away with a little bit of chicken wing. He's trying to get some space. He's trying to get away from the defense, but he picks up the foul. He draws it. But this is his deal. He's got to get that ball in the paint a little bit, and there's that chicken wing right into the stomach. But they got to throw that ball into him every single time. There's not a player on this floor that can handle Toombs. And although rather he makes it or rather he doesn't, picking up fouls on the opposing team, that is good money. You want to get Montverde into the 1-and-1 double bonus as soon as you can.
And Toombs splits the free throws. Opening round of the Chipotle Nationals. Winner takes on the 2-seed Link tomorrow and can continue their journey towards a national championship. About halfway through the second quarter, Tyndale makes his move, throws it up, and rebound goes to O'Neal. Dynamic Prep tonight looking for win number 11 in a row. Great offensive start tonight. And Nawili now with a jumper, a little strong. And Sisley fights for the board. Here come the Eagles. Quick in transition. Greer. No off the glass. Toombs the rebound. How about the big man running the floor by himself? Toombs throws it up. Greer scoops it. Nice pass down low and then intercepted by O'Neal. In transition, Nawili up and under, fouled by Allen, which means free throws coming for Chris Nawili. When we come back, it's the Chipotle Nationals in Indianapolis. These teams fighting for a national title this week. And we'll have the rest of the first half for you when we come back.
Sure, I was the first pick, the rookie to watch, and the back-to-back All-Star. But to get even better, I had to get real with myself. I got real about how I showed up. I got real about how I trained. I got real about what I ate. The results, something about this season, man, it just feels different.
Elite high school hoops all season long, streaming from the top tournaments and showcases across the country.
Who kicks it out? Fowler three-pointer. Count it at the buzzer. We are live from Hofstra University.
The 5-for-5 Hoop Fest on League Ready.
With 3 minutes remaining, Harper gets the steal. Harper goes by James and jams it.
Cross-court pass. Here's Rob Wright. 2-on-1 for the slam.
Catch it all live on League Ready YouTube.
Back at the Chipotle Nationals opening round, Dynamic Prep has led wire to wire, 31 win, 10 seed. Playing in the Nationals for the first time, Chris Nawili about to make his first trip to the charity stripe. Player who transferred to Dynamic in January, and he brings a next level to this team.
Oh, a next level athleticism, next level toughness, next level tenacity. I mean, a 6'6" wing that can score in bunches, that can guard any player on the floor. That's a tenacious rebounder, not scared of anything. One of the toughest matchups in high school basketball. A top 65 player in the top 100 for a reason. Chris Nawili is headed to play in New Jersey and Piscataway. Coach Steve Peichel is going to love the player he's getting. The perfect guy to go play for Coach Pike on both ends of the floor.
3 teams for Nawili in the last calendar year. It started at Wasatch Academy in Utah, who we'll actually see in a couple of hours in tonight's game 2. Then he transfers out to LA, Sierra Canyon High School, teammates with Bryce James. And now out here with Dynamic. Hits them both.
The world we in, the transfer portal is always open.
It's always been open in high school, right? Here's Greer. Now Ingram working on a smaller defender, but it's ripped away. O'Neal with the steal. Coleman swatted by Weems. Hakeem Weems dropping the hammer.
Hakeem Weems just never giving up on a play, just staying with it in transition, getting back hard, sprinting, not jogging, going to save a possession for his team. That's what you need if you're Montverde. You need guys to have the effort of Weems. Out of the play, doesn't give up on it, sends it out of bounds. Really good defense from the young fella.
Now Nawili and company back to work.
Nawili's got to get going.
He's only scored from the stripe as Toombs picks it up. 3 for Faison, and neither team has hit one from downtown.
Shoot that.
Greer for 3. Yep. There it is.
Those are the quick ones you shoot if you're Greer. After you made a couple, you get out of transition and you start knocking them down. A huge shot from Montverde, still inching their way back into this game, down 5.
He'll play next fall for Coach Greg McDermott in Creighton as Coleman answers with the left hand.
Coleman is tough, man. His ability to get downhill and create separation is big time. He has lived inside the lane here in this first half.
He will stay in Texas next year, play for Sam Houston State. Greer thinking about it. Probably the best three-point shooter on the floor. Sisley wide open for 3. And rebound goes to Nawili.
Really want to see Sisley bust Toombs off of that closeout. Big fella's closing out, hands up. You can get right around him anytime if you're Trent Sisley and get to that basket and hang on that rim.
Now Coleman with the kick out. O'Neal short from 3. Toombs fouled by Sisley on the rebound.
And that's what I mean. Toombs is a low down low, on the block, on the offensive glass. When that shot goes up, you better hit him and root him out of there. But on the flip side, that's why Trent Sisley has got to bring Toombs to the outside and drive around him, get him in the mix, make him guard, because he is dominating here in this first half on that glass.
7 points, 4 rebounds for Toombs, and now 8 with the free throw. The Toombs really rocketed up the recruiting boards after the Under-17 World Cup last year. Played for Team USA as they dominated everyone. Historic level blowouts, teaming up with AJ DeBanza, the Boozers, and winning a gold medal for the U.S. He'll wear red, white, and blue next year, playing for SMU. Dynamic by 9, approaching halftime.
Good D.
Picked away by Coleman again.
Man.
Dives after it, throws it to Faison, and out of bounds. It'll go to Montverde. But the effort from Jacoby Coleman tonight.
Any coach in the country would love a guy like Jacoby Coleman. Full court sprint, diving on the floor, trying to get his team extra possessions, never giving up on it. I mean, Jacoby Coleman has been big time here in this first half. A huge reason Dynamic Prep is up 9.
He has 5 steals.
That's crazy.
Just over 15
It's
minutes.
crazy. Had 5 steals in 15 minutes in a high-level high school game. When you're facing 4 top 100 players on the opposing side. I mean, just big-time defense by Jacoby Miller. That's why these tournaments matter. That's why these games matter. For players like Jacoby Coleman, who may have felt underappreciated throughout their high school career, this is where you come and you show out.
Just a 3-star recruit. He'll play at the mid-major level.
Yep.
Dante Allen rumbles in. Fouled by Nwili, which means free throws.
But here, Chris Nwili, you're out of the play. You're just jumping for no reason. Dante Allen is out of control on that drive. The reason he even goes in to Chris Nwili is because of Chris Nwili jumps. You just got to get out of the way if you're a young fella and make Dante Allen make that difficult shot.
Montverde interim head coach Joe Katuka watching on. The legendary Hall of Fame Kevin Boyle departed Montverde after the EYBL Scholastic Tournament to take the head coaching job at Spire Academy, leaving a 2007 Montverde grad who won national championships with this program and has been coaching for a while as interim head coach.
How much sleep you think Katuka got last night?
When we chatted with him pregame, he sounds like he got 8 hours.
Really?
Maybe 8.5.
No nervousness at all.
He knows this team has been there, done that.
There you go.
This is just game 27. And Katuka also head coach of the under-19 Nigerian national team. A lot of basketball coaching experience as Coleman goes 94 feet.
Yeah, Miller, you got to stop that ball. You can't let Coleman just drive 94 feet, drive right past you. You can't stay on his hip. You got to square it up, stop the ball, and force him to change direction. Just too easy in transition. Great move by Coleman.
Now Miller with a miss. Here comes Coleman and company. Jacoby Coleman has owned the second quarter. A 3 for Kelly. Little strong. Here comes Weems. Greer to Allen.
Greer's got to shoot that. Hand down, man down.
And still down. Still not shooting. Ingram down to Weems.
One more. Good pass.
Greer will take the drive instead, and great D for Toombs.
Great D from Toombs, but you got to shoot that 3 if you're Greer. Good D.
Allen with the rejection. Montverde can hold for the last shot if they want to. And looks like Caden Allen, or rather Dante Allen, does want to. Montverde hit just 3 of their first 22 shots, yet still just a 3-possession game. Greer, a deep 3, in and out. Spears fouled with 1.2 on the clock. That's just the 4th Montverde foul, so Dynamic will throw it in. Dynamic Prep playing in the Chipotle Nationals for the first time. They've led this thing wire to wire. A chance for a heave, and it comes from Coleman. And that caps off a first half dominated by Jermaine O'Neal's Dynamic Prep. They led from the opening whistle, and we take it to halftime now. This is the Chipotle Nationals on League Ready. The winner takes on number 2 Link, and we'll have the second half on the other side. You're watching the Chipotle High School Basketball Nationals on League Ready. We're here at Hamilton Southeastern High School, Fishers, Indiana, just south of Indianapolis, with these teams battling for a shot at a national championship. Starts tonight, opening round, the 10-seed Dynamic Prep against the 7-seed Montverde. What an interesting game. Montverde just 3 of 19 shooting to start, yet they're down only 9 points because of a lot of effort defensively, right, Phil?
Oh, big time. But I'm looking at Dynamic Prep. 3 things have stood out. It's been their tenacious defense. They're holding Montverde right now to 22% from the field. You look at the turnovers, 7 turnovers, getting out of transition and running, and then they are dominating the paint inside. Dynamic right now, plus 12 in the paint. 20 of their 29 points have come in the painted area. Toombs has been great. Coleman has been big time. It's been a big time first half. Looking forward to get it going.
Jaden Toombs leading the charge, 9 points, 6 rebounds. How about Jacoby Coleman, though? 5 steals in 15 minutes. He's been electric.
He changed this game in the second quarter. Not just the steals, but the 8 points, the 4 rebounds, the couple assists, the blocks. He's getting them out in transition, being the floor general, a table setter, exactly what you want from a high-level point guard at this stage of the season in high school basketball. He may be a 3-star at this point in his career, but he is playing like one of the better guards in the country, looking all of a 5-star here in that first half.
You mentioned the point guard. That's kind of what Montverde plays without. This system, sort of without a true point guard. They rely a lot on their bigs, but the shooting struggles have really impacted them.
Yeah, you can see it in their assist numbers. Right now, you look at Montverde, 6 assists to 8 turnovers. It's not a great number to have. You've got to have guys out there able to set the table, make life easier for a CJ Ingram, make life easier for a Trent Sisley. You look at Dante Allen, he's struggling right now. Those guys have got to get in the game offensively. Whether they're making shots or not, they got to be active, they got to be cutters, they got to be drivers. They got to find ways to get Montverde back into this game.
Montverde led in the first half by Hudson Greer. 8 points, 2 of 6 shooting. So Greer 2 of 6 from downtown. Everyone else in the entire game is 0 for 15. Dynamic Prep hasn't hit a single 3.
I mean, it's crazy when you look at it. You look at Trent Sisley, 1 for 3, but he shot 2 threes. CJ Ingram, 1 for 7 from the field, he shot 3 threes. 2 of the better power forwards and wings in the country are settling for jump shots. Those 2 guys that got to get their nose to the rim, live in the paint, get to the free throw line if Montverde wants to have a chance to win this game and move on.
Everyone thinks they're the Golden State Warriors until you get in the gym, right?
Analytics only work if you have players that can shoot the basketball.
Well, so far tonight, only Greer can hit the threes. Here's Chris Newilly, the Rutgers-bound big man.
Good move.
Finds open space, fouled, and somehow that ball pops out.
You can see it was a concerted effort to find a matchup from Dynamic Prep out of the halftime. Chris Newilly with Greer on the wing, no chance, no way could Greer keep Newilly out of the lane. Young fella getting downhill, getting through that contact, getting himself to the free throw line to start this second half.
Well, we know Rutgers fans are used to high-level recruits coming their way. Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, both in Scarlet Knight uniforms now. Well, next year they'll get Chris Newilly. What kind of player are they getting?
A Steve Pikel player. And you look at Ace Bailey, you look at Dylan Harper, although they are uberly talented, could be 2 of the top 3 picks in the draft. I don't know if they played as hard as Coach Pikel would like on every possession. I look at Chris Newilly, they're on that possession, contesting the basket, protecting the hoop. That's what you get from Chris down low. You get a dude that's going to go as hard as he can every single possession on both ends of the floor, but you get a defender, and that's what they were missing in Piscataway this season.
It's that effort.
The effort, the defense, the want-to, the toughness. When I think about Coach Steve Pikel, I think about guys like Caleb McConnell, guys like Paul Mulcahy, guys like that could just get it done on the defensive end with their toughness and their grit.
Well, there's Newilly with the rebound. Bound for Piscataway next year. His job tonight, get his team a win and a date with Link tomorrow. O'Neal, the hoop and harm.
We talked about it in the break. Dynamic Prep is dominating the painted area every single time down the court. They are looking to drive the basketball. They are driving you on closeouts, on ball screens. They are getting into that lane, drawing 2, and getting to that free throw line or kicking it out to open shooters.
Jermaine O'Neal Jr., son of the coach, the NBA legend. He'll play at SMU next year.
It's like I keep looking at Jermaine O'Neal across the court. It's like I'm playing a video game again.
Yeah, those early NBA games.
NBA Live.
03.
03.
O'Neal was a great player on the Pacers.
Oh, my goodness.
Now he's in his third year leading Dynamic Prep. It's interesting watching him on the sideline. Very composed, kind of stoic sort of head coach.
Well, ever since that first time out in the first quarter.
Allen Greer with the left hand and a foul.
Big time finish, big time push from Dante Allen getting out of transition and Greer running the floor. Allen finding his running mate, Greer knowing exactly what to do, going up, putting his chin to the rim and finishing through contact. Now he's at the free throw line for 3.
One of Hudson Greer's best games of the season was October 21st, preseason matchup in Vegas at the Hoop Hall Classic against Dynamic Prep. Scored 24 points. It was raining threes. And now tonight, he's got 10 to lead the charge. Can't hit the free throw though, and it's out of bounds. Staying here. Here's how Greer got to the line.
Trent Sisley does a great job of kicking it up the floor, and Dante Allen being unselfish, finding his running mate in Greer, going up and finishing through contact.
Now Montverde gets a fresh 30. The 5'8" point guard, Tyndale, to Sisley. Ingram's had a quiet night, rumbles in, and a foul called on Faison.
But that's what Ingram was not doing in the first half. In the first half, C.J. Ingram settled for a lot of jumpers, settled for contested twos. You see there, Faison close out, no way. Go right around him, force him to foul you. And if he does not foul, you're getting a layup at the rim.
Yeah, 2 points on just 1 of 8 shooting from Ingram, like you said. A lot outside. Here's Sisley inside. Extra pass to Allen. He had O'Neal flying as the ball flies out of bounds, and it goes the other way.
Got to make that one more. Really good drive by Trent Sisley along the baseline, a kick to the corner. You draw 2. You got to make that one more. Dante Allen splitting the defense there, turning the basketball over out of bounds.
Here's Jacoby Coleman. 5 first-half steals to go with 8 points and 4 rebounds. And Coleman's fouled. Allen a little too handsy.
I think they got Sisley down low on Toombs, fighting over in the post. Toombs is doing a good job of being big down low. Trent Sisley trying to fight it, just getting his hand stuck in the cookie jar a little bit.
Yeah, that is Sisley, his second. And he's playing in front of swarms of Indiana fans. And Faison misses the 3. Rebound O'Neal, right back up. It's off. Spears chases it. And it goes to Greer. Then Coleman with steal number 6. He chased it out of bounds. They say Montverde ball, but Jacoby Coleman's been everywhere.
If I go to a park, I want a guy like Jacoby Coleman on my team every single time. Fighting, diving for it, into the benches, giving up his body, does not care, just wants to win. You need guys like Jacoby Coleman on your team when you're trying to go out and win a national championship.
Number 5 in black everywhere. Dynamic Prep, 4 wins from a national championship, which would be their first in a very young program history. The program only 3 years old. Montverde, meanwhile, 7 championships in the 16 years of this event. They have been the kings, just looking to stay on the throne. Sisley to Ingram. Again, settling for a jumper, but that looked pretty smooth.
That's tough.
His second bucket.
Just sizing the young fellow up, seeing the matchup and liking it and knocking it down.
And then a foul on Tyndale. Well, C.J. Ingram, football star turned basketball star, going to Florida next year.
Catching that ball in that mid-post, using that little footwork, nifty footwork, a little jab step to get the defense off balance and rising up and knocking it down. Simple footwork there, simple game, easy basket.
Now Coleman misses. Tip no for Spears, and Tyndale ends up with it. Now he's hounded And they say a foul on Spears.
If you're Spears, though, that shot is coming off the rim. You're right there trying to tip that thing in. You got to go up there one hand, two hand, and pound that thing back into the basket. Young fella, one of the better sophomores in the country. You can't tip that thing at this level. You got to go hang on rims, young fella. And we've seen him do it.
6'7" with those long arms.
Even more impressive in person.
And those arms are down at the floor when they hang low. The number 20 ranked sophomore in his class. Ingram going in to a cutting Greer. Great D for Toombs. Dynamic Prep continues to protect the rim. Around to O'Neal, slices through, and then Allen picks it away. Allen flying in, up and under, yes sir. Now Coleman fouled. They get Tyndale for it. It's been a very foul-happy start to the half. 5th team foul on Montverde. How about Allen flying in like this?
Seeing the seam and taking what the defense is giving them, splitting the defense, getting through traffic, and finishing at the rim. Trying to get this game a 2-possession game heading into the media timeout.
You said if you're on a playground, you want a player like Jacoby Coleman. Tell me why.
Because he's tough. I mean, first when you go to the playground, you need somebody that's not scared. Jacoby Coleman is not scared. He doesn't care. He'll play against you the same way he plays against his grandmother, probably. He is a tough, tenacious dude who's going to get after it. He doesn't care about shooting the ball. He cares about guarding the ball. But he will get a basket when he needs it. He shares it. He talks a little trash. You need guys like Jacoby Coleman on your team. Rather you're at the park, the YMCA, in the backyard, here in Fishers, Indiana, Hamilton, Southeastern, playing for a national championship, you need dudes that's going to go out there and compete every possession.
Against Montverde, against Grandma, it doesn't matter, right?
Does not matter.
He's got 10 points. Now Allen, a deep 3 ball. Dante Allen sinks it.
Yo, Montverde, you just want this thing to be a 2-possession game heading into the media timeout. Dante Allen getting to the basket, and now he's knocking it down from deep.
Coleman right at Greer with a miss. In a 6-point game, Dahani Miller takes a tumble. They get Faison with the foul. Coming into this half, no one not named Hudson Greer had hit a 3. Caden Allen changes that.
Allen knocks it down, coming off that handoff, boom, getting his team down 6, cutting this lead.
And we'll be back. A timeout here, midway through the 3rd.
Elite high school hoops all season long, streaming from the top tournaments and showcases across the country.
Who kicks it out? Fowler, 3-pointer. Count it at the buzzer. We are live from Hofstra University.
The 5-for-5 Hoop Fest on League Ready.
With 3 minutes remaining, Harper gets the steal. Harper goes by James and jams it.
Cross-court pass. Here's Rob Wright. 2-on-1 for the slam.
Catch it all live on League Ready YouTube.
Chipotle Nationals is delivered by Chipotle. Real ingredients, real flavor. Chipotle, for real. Let's take a look now at tonight's Chipotle Player Spotlight, and it's the coach's boy, Jermaine O'Neal Jr., a 6'5" senior who will play at SMU next fall. In the Chipotle order, got the chicken, got the beans, double corn. It's an audacious move. I kind of like it.
I love the order. I love it, young fella. Got your chicken, got your white rice. You got to have the white rice. Get you some beans in there for the protein. Double corn, I like where you're going there. Some cheese and some sour cream. I could get this bowl every day of the week. Chipotle knows I love me some Chipotle.
You have Chipotle, what, 10 times a week?
If I could, I would. I officially now live 2 minutes away from a Chipotle. So I normally get it 4 out of 7 days. Now I might creep up to 6.
Now you can roll out of bed into the kitchen, and if you follow the O'Neal policy, you'll go double corn. Jermaine O'Neal Jr., well, of course, he shares a name with his father. It's hard not to make comparisons, but a totally different player as 6'5", shifty wing.
A 6'5", shifty wing that can get downhill, that can finish with either hand, that can knock down shots from deep once he gets going, can guard multiple positions on the defensive end. But he's a fighter, and he's tough, and he's willing to defend, and that's what you want at this level. You need kids like Jacoby Coleman, but you need kids next to him like Jermaine O'Neal Jr.
And because of those two, Dynamic Prep has held this lead the entire game.
Montverde showing some zone here in this fourth quarter.
Looking to spice things up. Faison whips it down low. Toombs wrangles it and puts it in.
Man, that's a really good pass from Faison. Faison has not scored this game, but he's been impactful. Great passes, great defense, getting on the glass, causing chaos. That was a beautiful feed down low.
And then a foul called on Allen down low. Dynamic Prep has done this in the paint. 24 of their 37 points are in the painted area. They're just 0 of 7 from downtown. And here goes Dante Allen to the stripe. Team's in the bonus, so they'll shoot free throws on any foul for the rest of the quarter. Well, Dante Allen next year, he'll play for Villanova. New coach just announced this week the hiring of Kevin Willard from Maryland. What kind of player are Nova fans getting?
I mean, you look at Dante Allen, one of the better shooting guards in the country. Can knock it down from anywhere on the floor, can finish in the lane, can handle it, can come off screens. You're getting a hard-nosed scoring guard that can shoot the ball with the best of them in the country.
Now here's Toombs. One-on-one with Weems. Gets doubled for a moment. Now Coleman for 3. He was fouled by Allen. So 3 free throws coming now for Jacoby Coleman.
Every time Montverde creeps their way back into this game, a 2-possession game, it's no one else but Coleman who comes down and makes a huge play. Here with the chance to get his team back up 9 after these 3 free throws.
Coleman out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. A 3-star recruit getting his shot with Dynamic. And next year he'll play college basketball for Sam Houston. He has 11 points, tied for the team lead. Now 12 to go with 5 steals. If you're just joining us, good to have you with us. Sam Brief, Rafael Davis at Chipotle Nationals. The winner facing 2-seeded Link tomorrow afternoon. 4 wins separating them from a national title. And Coleman stays strong, hitting all 3. Miller to Weems, big man up top. Now Tyndale plucks his way through. Greer for 3. In and out, Toombs the board. The rebounding numbers about dead even now as Spears strokes in a 3.
And you can see why the scouts love Marcus Spears Jr. With that size, with that length, with that athleticism, his ability to step out and knock it down from 3 is special. Marcus Spears is going to be one of the better players in the country here in a few years with a chance to go one and done.
Miller can't have the answer. Rebound. Who else? Spears. Now it's Kelly rumbling in. Blocked. Got it back. It's out of bounds off of a Dynamic hand. So that 3 a moment ago for Spears, that was the first 3-pointer for Dynamic. And that they've got a lead by 12. You say Marcus Spears, one of the best sophomores in the country. Here's his stroke.
Because he can do it all. We've seen him at the rim. We've seen him on the glass. We've seen him blocking shots. Now we're seeing him step out and show that pretty stroke. He has some things that you cannot teach.
Woo! Woo, talk about pretty stroke. Javion Tyndale.
Big shot, really big shot from Tyndale.
So three-pointers finally starting to fall as this game gets a bit of rhythm. Coleman picks his way through, rattles it out. Tantalizing, and then he picks the pocket of Greer. Toombs lays it in.
It's a really good pass from Ryan Hampton.
Uh-oh, Toombs is down, grabbing his left calf. 6'9" big man calling for attention, and here it comes. Jaden Toombs, so important to this team. Let's see the fall. A tremendous play running the floor, but right away saw him grabbing that lower part of the leg.
You see a player grab that part of the leg, you hope they start cramping up. And here you see the pickle juice packet come out. So you got to think that this is a cramp young fella's going through right now. But I will tell you, that pickle juice,
it helps, doesn't it?
It's nasty.
You ever done a pickle shot? Just a straight up shot of the pickle juice.
On purpose?
And you chase it with the pickle.
I have not.
Never?
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
For what?
For fun. For the love of the game. It looks like it was just a cramp because after that, just got up, walked off. Hey, we'll do some pickle shots post-game, all right?
Pickle shot work every time.
Yeah, chase it with the pickle.
But if you're Montverde right now, you see no Toombs inside. This is where you drive the basketball. You have Hampton out there 6'7", you got Spears out there 6'7", but both younger guys, not as physical as Trent Sicily and C.J. Ingram. Get the ball in the lane.
Ingram in the corner for three. Not there. Sicily was mauling his man, Xavier Robertson.
Only caught a foul on Robertson.
Wow.
That is tough. What more do you want him to do?
I mean, Sicily was hugging him, ripping him almost down to the ground.
Ref sees all the red in the stands.
There is a lot of red in the stands.
It's making me uncomfortable as a Purdue guy, I might say.
Yeah, you feel like you're in enemy territory?
I think they might just run on the floor and get me. I don't know why. They're behind me. I can't see them all.
Everyone in this state loves Rayfeld Davis. I know that. Sicily knocks them both in. That's why there's red, as you see, committed to Indiana. He'll play for new coach Darren DeVries next year.
And I love how coach, brand new coach, hired a couple weeks ago in Indiana, sitting courtside, already watching his guy, showing his support, showing his commitment to his guy. That's what you need if you're going to be the next Indiana head coach. You got to show the state that you care about the state. And Coach DeVries starting off his career in a great fashion.
He's here, a couple seats down from us, watching Sicily in front of an all-red crowd. Coleman the miss. Rebound Robertson. Now Spears for three. And that rebound goes to Hampton, who then gets fouled by Greer.
But how about Robertson? Hasn't played all game. Toombs goes down with the cramp. And Robertson coming in and not only causing havoc, but grabbing the offensive rebound, giving his team another possession, ready when his name was called. Came in, great activity, great energy. Hampton to the line for two.
Ryan Hampton, sophomore out of Tulsa. Younger brother of R.J. Hampton. 20th overall pick of the 2020 NBA draft, who has since played 170 NBA games, Bucks, Heat, among others. And now younger bro looking to carve his path. Free throw miss, boarded by Ingram. And Montverde's got 15 seconds.
Big possession here going into the fourth.
Tyndale. It's up and off. 4 seconds now. Tyndale, the pocket pick. Spears gets it back. Shot won't count. And that'll send us to the fourth quarter. Dynamic Prep took the lead 5 seconds in, and they have not surrendered it. 8 good minutes away from booking a date with two-seeded Link tomorrow afternoon. In this second matchup of the season between these two sides, Rayfeld feels like the battle on the glass has been so essential. Montverde dominated early, but Dynamic has really owned it since.
And Dynamic flipped it on it. You go back to that first quarter when Montverde started the game off with 5 offensive rebounds, 4 in 1 possession. It's been Dynamic Prep on the glass ever since. Dynamic Prep right now up on the glass by 5, 10 offensive rebounds to go along with their domination on the defensive glass. It has been big time. They found ways to steal points on that glass, but they've also found ways to dominate the defensive glass, which has allowed them to get out in transition. You can't get in transition. You can't run up and down if you don't get stops and you don't get rebounds. And Dynamic Prep has figured that out over the course of this game.
Points in the paint right now, 26-12, favoring Dynamic Prep.
And you look at the three-point attempts, Dynamic Prep, they haven't made a lot, but they've only taken 9. And you look on the other side, Montverde, 4 for 20 from the three-point line. Almost half of their attempts from the field are from the three-point line. They're not going down. They've got to find ways to get to the free throw line. Right now, Dynamic Prep is dominating the line. 18 free throw attempts to only 11 from Montverde. They've got to find other ways to score the basketball outside of just settling for long bounds from 3.
In his 18-year NBA career, Jermaine O'Neal lived in the paint.
Yes, he did.
And now he's watching his team do the same as they look for their first ever win at a Chipotle Nationals. Dynamic Prep just 3 years old. Greer short from 3, rebound to Spears. And this matchup so interesting. You have one of the newest teams in the country as Coleman is stripped. And here comes Montverde. Ahead to Ingram. Stop it on the baseline. Greer for 3. Short. Spears gets it.
Good pass. Good pass.
Flips it to Hampton.
Whoa.
Foul as bodies go flying here in Indy. The 5'8" Tyndale called for the foul.
I just hope Hampton's okay. That's a tough fall from the young fella. But great ball movement from Dynamic Prep here in the open floor. I mean, a big-time rebound from Marcus Spears Jr. Kicks it up to Robertson, and Robertson does a great job. Just a tough pass, a shuffle pass to Ryan Hampton going up to the finish at the rim. Now he's at the line. But we're watching this game, and out of my right ear, I hear a voice, and I tell myself, I've heard that voice before. And it's no more than just other than Marcus Spears Sr. sitting behind us a couple seats over, yelling at his son, telling it to give it to him on the defensive end. And that's what you love about events like this. You never know who you're going to see. You got Jermaine O'Neal Sr. coaching on one end. You got Marcus Spears Sr. sitting behind the scorer's table. This is a big-time event for a national championship tournament.
Indiana head coach Darren DeVries, a couple seats away. I'm sure we'll maybe see Carlos Boozer here later in the week. Oh, and Rayfeld Davis. How could we forget that? I got to talk to him. Here's Sisley down low.
Good
the miss.
Good
Allen,
defense.
a 3. In and out. Sisley, put back slam.
Get some, Trent Sisley. Right now, you look at it. Dynamic Prep, 2 light in the pants inside. Toombs is at the scorer's table to check in.
Here's a 3-ball for Hampton. Offensive board. It's Robertson right back up. He traveled. Montverde ball in a 9-point game. I think the Indiana faithful like that putback slam for their man Sisley.
Yes, they did. The Hoosiers need some excitement. And Trent Sisley, home state kid, I think he's going to be a guy to give it to him. I think Trent Sisley could end up as one of the all-time favorites when you think about Indiana Hoosiers. They go in next season, Coach DeVries, they have a good season, they get back to the tournament.
Allen for 3, off the front end.
Good fight.
And then rebound, chased by an audacious Tyndale. He went crashing into the sideline. Talk about effort. This man's an Energizer bunny.
Laying it all out.
Now they got to clean up. He crashed into the Gatorade cooler. So Montverde looking this week for their 4th Chipotle National Championship in 5 years. They won the title last year in pretty simple fashion. 33-0, a team led by Cooper Flagg and company. Things coming a little tougher this season. Greer on the ground. And now Sisley, the steal. Ahead to Greer. Kicks. Ingram fighting inside, and a foul. CJ Ingram fighting through contact.
Greer does a great job of driving that basketball baseline with his head up, with his eyes, having vision, seeing the floor. He finds a cut and CJ Ingram to the basket. And big fella doesn't settle. Greer finds his guy, nice pump fake, goes under the basket, finishing through contact. And CJ Ingram headed to Florida next season at the free throw line, trying to cut this lead down to 6.
The rich really get richer with CJ Ingram, right?
Yes, they do.
A football star turned basketball star. At Hawthorne High School, he was a quarterback for his dad, the head coach. Now Nowillie fouled hard by Sisley.
That's on 12, Trent Sisley, his third.
Chris Nowillie's been pretty quiet in this game. 6 points, 4 rebounds, plagued by some foul trouble as he sits with 4. And speaking of sitting, Sisley just took a seat for Montverde, perhaps for the final time. Now Faison has Allen all over him. O'Neal. Toombs now, the big man. You probably want him in the paint. As he rolls to the hoop, O'Neal rolls inside, gets stripped, and it stays here, dynamic ball.
Have a little bit better spacing if you're the dynamic prep. Everybody just seems to be on top of each other.
In the corner, a 3 for Coleman, off. 2-possession game, Montverde ball. Eagles have yet to lead in the ball game. It's Ingram, rumbling in, throws it away. Dynamic now, Nowillie, O'Neal up and under, yes sir. Turning defense to offense, and Greer can't answer it. Ingram swats it back out, and now Coleman 2-on-1, up and under, and the lead's at 10.
Danger zone if you're Montverde. You might want to get a timeout if you're coach.
And there it is. Coach Katuka calls time. And we will take it 2. 10-point game, under 5 to go. Dynamic Prep looking for a wire-to-wire victory in their first ever game at the Chipotle Nationals.
Tell me about all the ingredients in guacamole.
So we have fresh lime juice, we have cilantro, and we have red onions, jalapeno, and avocados. And we hand chop everything every morning. You'll know how real it is because of how it tastes.
Elite high school hoops all season long, streaming from the top tournaments and showcases across the country.
Who kicks it out, Fowler, three-pointer, count it at the buzzer. We are live from Hofstra University.
The 5-for-5 Hoop Fest on League Ready.
With 3 minutes remaining, Harper gets the steal. Harper goes by James and jams it.
Cross-court pass. Here's Rob Wright. 2-on-1 for the slam.
Catch it all live on League Ready YouTube.
New Chipotle Honey Chicken brings a hint of pure honey and seared smoked peppers with fresh chicken hot off the grill. For Chipotle heat with a touch of sweet and a perfectly balanced sauce. Chipotle Honey Chicken takes heat and sweet to a whole new level.
Dynamic Prep running the floor to perfection. Might as well call this the Jacoby Coleman game.
Jacoby Coleman has been awesome. 12 points, 5 steals, 4 rebounds, few assists, couple blocks, 1 turnover. Just getting the job done at a high level. I know he is ranked as a 3-star, but this is what I tell fans all the time. You can't worry about rankings. You can't worry about stars. You look at Jacoby Coleman. He is one of the better high school guards in the country, and he's playing like today, putting it on full display.
Right, once you start playing the game, the stars are irrelevant.
Yes, they do. Yes, they are.
This is basketball.
Yes, it is.
And these are men. Kids, but they look like men. They play like men,
Some
usually.
of these dudes are men.
Here's Greer with a deep 3. A little audacious. Weems offensive board, and then no. That kind of day offensively for Montverde. Nowillie down to Toombs. Jaden Toombs, the big man, throws it up, and he gets fouled.
But I have to say, I love how Dynamic Prep is still putting pressure on Montverde here in the open floor. A lot of teams, they will get up 10 in an event like this, and they'll slow the thing. They'll slow the thing down. They'll press that pause button. By Dynamic Prep, they are pushing that basketball. They are being patiently aggressive, taking what the defense is giving them. But when the opportunity presents itself to run, they are getting out and pushing it.
Montverde not helping themselves,
no
right? 4 for 26 from behind the arc. That's 15% shooting.
Close to half of their shots today in this game have been from 3. When they have 2 of the better forwards in high school basketball.
You have to use your strength. And tonight, Montverde hasn't done that. Another outside shot, another miss. 4 minutes left, an 11-point game, and a timeout called by Dynamic, which will keep it their ball.
30-second timeout.
So on the flip side, Dynamic, Ray, they have kept it inside. 41 rebounds, 12 on the offensive end, points in the paint, plus 14 in their favor. What have they executed so well?
They've had the toughness to drive the basketball. They've had the will and the desire and the concerted effort to get that ball in the paint. And you look at Jacoby Coleman, he's led that charge. When you have a floor general, a table setter, like Coleman at the head of the attack, everybody else knows what their job is on the floor. Toombs inside, catch the ball on the block, finish at the rim, right shoulder, left shoulder. Look at Chris Newilly, get the ball in transition, drive the basketball, take open shots. Other guys are play hard guys, energy guys, but Coleman is the head of the snake. He sets the table, he gets the guys going. And Coach O'Neal, you can see here in that first quarter, 4 minutes goes by, the whole gym hears him yelling at his team for toughness, for energy, for effort, and they brought it throughout the rest of this game. It's all about a mindset. You got to have a mindset to be tough and compete on the offensive end at night to settle.
And that winning mindset, it's been with Dynamic all season. Coleman coast to coast, and Newilly follows it.
Just putting pressure on the defense. Coleman pushing it, Newilly following it up, finishing at the rim.
A masterclass tonight from Dynamic Prep. Now Allen to Tyndale from the logo. Not even close. 4 of 27 from 3, and then Coleman is fouled hard on the opposite end.
Coleman's just a dude that's just not scared. A lot of guys will see C.J. Coleman chasing him down in transition, and they don't want to go up to try C.J. Ingram. And Coleman does not care, just going up in transition.
And this was right before. Newilly following the miss. Offensive rebound, 13 for Dynamic Prep. And this Dynamic Prep team, 31-4 this year, riding a 10-game win streak that goes back to the 24th of January. Their last game, March 8th, they were at the Nike Invitational taking on AJ DeBanza, the #1 recruit in the country, and Utah Prep. Final score, 76-51 Dynamic.
Big time defense, big time defense. I mean, you look at it here in the fourth quarter, halfway through, great Montverde team, only 43 points as Dante Allen sneaks in the basket going back door.
And cuts the lead to 12. Now Faison, Coleman, and a Dynamic Prep. Maybe now with 3 minutes left, you want to just chew some clock. Winner takes on Link tomorrow. And O'Neal went flying, no foul call. So if you're the Link Lions, you're sitting courtside watching this one. What do you see in Dynamic Prep that you must keep at the forefront if that's your opponent tomorrow?
You look at the matchup, Jerry Easter, Jacoby Coleman, that is going to be big time.
A 3 for Jalen Faison.
Faison just does all the little things right on the basketball floor. Guards, knocks down shots, rebounds, plays hard, doesn't need much.
And then Ingram splashes a 3 in the corner, keeps Montverde's hopes alive as Coach Katuta calls timeout. Dynamic Prep by 12 right now. And the This Montverde team looking to defend their Chipotle National Championship. A 33-0 team last year that took the title. Cooper Flagg, Derek Queen and company. And this year's iteration, a little tougher right now. Here's that last three from C.J. Ingram, who we've seen with a little bit of this.
C.J. Ingram's going to need a lot more of it here in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds if Montverde wants to try and come away and get a comeback victory from behind.
And folks, don't go anywhere. We've got another opening round matchup for you about 15 minutes after this one. It's 9-seeded Wasatch against 8-seeded IMG. Again, that's about 15 minutes after the conclusion of this one right here on League Ready. Coleman gets pressured into the backcourt with a tip, so Dynamic Prep retains possession. Coleman to Toombs, a little bunny for two.
Really soft touch from Jalen Toombs on that baseline. Nice little teardrop from the big fella.
And Sisley for three, boarded by Toombs. Looks like Montverde, with 2 minutes left, might be out of gas.
Got to find a way to string some stops together. Got to trap the ball, cause chaos.
Now Nawili, a running floater. Toombs with cleanup.
But that can't happen when you're trying to make a comeback. When that shot goes up, you've got to hit somebody. You can't let Jalen Toombs come in there, crash a glass, not jump, and get a putback. Dynamic Prep back up by 16.
And they have not surrendered the lead once. Nothing today for Montverde. Here's that last tip back. Just too much beef in the middle.
Coleman does a great job of breaking the pressure, but you look at Toombs, he's not watching. He's not standing in the corner waiting the ball for come to him. That ball is attacking the lane. Toombs is cutting back door. Big fella with the great touch around the basket, dropping it in from about 6 feet.
And if you're new to Jermaine O'Neal's program, you're probably enjoying what you're seeing. Dynamic Prep on the verge of their 32nd win in 36 games this season. They took down AJ Devanza and Utah Prep twice. Already have a win this year against Link. And if they take this one, they add mighty Montverde to their list of victims. Ingram off a foot. Montverde needs a perfect final 100 seconds if they have any hope. Allen good from three. So the window stays open a bit. And now Dynamic's job, chew some clock. Oh, it's Nawili up and under, says, nothing for the clock. I'm going for two.
Big time finish in the open floor at the rim from one of the better forwards in the country, Chris Nawili.
So down 15, and Ingram 3 is off the front end. And Sisley tagged for the foul. Feels like that'll just about do it.
1-1.
So free throws here for Nawili. And likely a date tomorrow, 4 o'clock Eastern, will feature 10-seeded Dynamic Prep against 2-seeded Link Academy. I cannot wait, if we get it, to watch Jaden Toombs go up with Chris Sinak.
Oh, Jaden Toombs and Chris Sinak is going to be a big-time matchup. If you're Jaden Toombs, you get a great night of sleep tonight because you're playing the best center in the country tomorrow. And if you feel as though you are underappreciated, you aren't the 6th best center in the country, tomorrow against Link Academy and Chris Sinak is a great place to show it.
Tomorrow's your chance.
That's all you want. All you want is a chance.
I don't know if I'd sleep so hot if I knew I was facing Sinak the next day.
I tell you, when you have those nights where you know who you're playing the next day and you're playing one of the better players in the country, you're just telling yourself, this is your moment. It's going to feel good after. So I really look forward to watching that tomorrow when Dynamic Prep is able to pull this one out.
4 o'clock Eastern tip-off here on League Ready and ESPN. Rebound for Nawili. And looks like Dynamic Prep is about to clinch its first win ever at the Chipotle Nationals. Here comes Ingram, rumbling in, and it goes out. Right back to him. Greer for 3. And Hudson Greer with his 3rd. But for Montverde, Little too late. Shooting numbers tonight, abysmal at 27%.
Wow,
Dynamic Prep. Yeah, they keep on rolling. Made it to the national stage, and they intend to soak in the limelight. Now Willie the rebound, and that should be the final possession. Dynamic Prep, wire to wire. They win their 11th game in a row and their first ever victory at the Chipotle Nationals. Next up, a date with Link tomorrow afternoon.
Big time win from Dynamic Prep. Jaden Toombs was awesome. Coleman controls the game on both ends. Dynamic Prep, Link Academy, Chris Nack, Jaden Toombs, two of the best centers in the country, going at it tomorrow afternoon.
Jaden Toombs finishes with 18 points, 12 boards. And how about Jacoby Coleman? 13 points and 5 steals. This doesn't happen without Coleman. Let's zoom out now. Tomorrow, it's Dynamic against Link, 4 o'clock Eastern tip-off, as the big matchup in the middle to watch will be Chris Nack and Jaden Toombs. We still have one more for you tonight. It's going to be an opening round game between IMG and Wasatch in about 15 minutes, and you can watch it right here on League Ready. But for now, Sam Brief, Rayfeld Davis, and our wonderful crew in Fishers, Indiana, saying so long from the Chipotle Nationals. We'll talk to you in 15 minutes for Wasatch and IMG.